Hey guys, we're back. I'm Nadja and this is Justin, and the last time you guys saw us was in Moab, Utah with Ocean. We are back here from Florida and Idaho. So for the last 3 years, we've been pretty busy with our 3 kids and me in school and building our dream home. So finally got all of that out of the way. So a little while back ago, we were in the works of getting a previous free-flighted bird, and that kind of fell through. And a friend of ours talked to us about our bird who we currently have now, which is Diesel. And at the beginning, we were kind of like on the fence about it because he's an older bird. We haven't worked with an older bird, and there's a lot more, there's a lot more differences than working with a baby bird. And so Diesel came to us as a trial, and we knew by like the first week he was ours, but we still needed to go through the trial period. So we really took that time to work with him. And by like the end of our trial, we were like, this is for sure. So we contacted Dave and Jamie and had them fly in and stay with us and meet Diesel and kind of look over what our training had looked like thus far and what we could work on to get him ready to take him out for his first free flight adventure, which was awesome.
The way that we keep both Ocean and Diesel in shape is we got a large house. It's got 12-foot ceilings. It's probably 2,000 square foot open up and open concept. We start off there. We got a dormer that's pretty high, so we can do descending and ascending practice. We also got a large back porch that's screened in that helps us out there to desensitize them from anything that in the wild. On the back of our property, we have a pretty much like a batting cage made of trees that Ocean loves. That's her thing. We take her out there, teach them how to get out of different situations. We also own 6 acres that is surrounded by hundreds of acres of farmland that we can fly them as well. So it's an awesome experience for the birds.
So having a bird from being 3 years old and 6 years old with Ocean and Diesel, they seem like they're pretty close in age, but they're actually 2 completely different flyers. With Ocean, she is an A to B'er. We'll do like long distance A and B's. She really finds enjoyment out of that. Ready?
Ocean! Why do you keep messing with my hand?
And then Diesel, he is our workhorse. He will do anything for treats. As you know, we're still learning his flight patterns and all of that, but when we pull him out and we train him, he automatically like clicks into like training mode, and he will go all day long if you let him. We have to usually cut him off, but he's definitely one that's very good at manipulation. And he'll be like, oh, I did this and I got a really big treat. So as soon as she comes out, I'm going to start doing it and be super cute. And she's going to give me lots of treats, which doesn't always work out that way. But we've been able to capture and tweak his, previous training and clean up a lot of things. And he's a very reliable bird. The beginning of this trip started off on Marshall Radio property, the owner who was very generous. So thank you so much for that. That was amazing. Him providing his land and all of the information and food and all of that, and took really good care of all of us. But we learned a lot. It was amazing. We got to learn about predator birds and get to ask a lot of questions because especially the area that we work in, we have a lot of predator birds, and we were able to get a lot of those questions answered and feel confident in like what to look out for like whenever we're home. And then we also got IT for our GPSs for everybody that it was having any like questions or like, hey, it would be cool to, do this and that. And it was great because I learned a lot more of the capabilities that our GPSs are able to do, as well as the telemetry gun and how you can use them both together for these units. So we want to stay on the lower pitch.
Yes.
Which is going to be
right about there.
Right there.
Yep.
That's
perfect. That's going to give you, so again, we're splitting hairs here. If I was tracking a bird that was far away and I'm looking for the weakest signal, that's going to give me the most range.
Okay.
When you're up close, if it's easier for you to have it a little higher pitched, there's no problem.
Okay. If only those work. It's over here.
So is it getting weaker or stronger as you're pointing away from it?
Oh, right here. there. Y'all let me go into the trees.
First experience, I mean, you got it that quick.
That was easier than I expected.
Yep.
That was neat. But it was fantastic getting to learn from everybody and all the departments from Marshall and just the overall experience of that whole event. One of the activities that we did on Marshall's property is a fox hunt, but with the telemetry guns. And what they did was they set up different telemetry units all throughout the property, and we would have to go, and we had
Also
an hour.
GPS.
The GPS. So they hid them all around the property, and we had to go around with telemetry guns and dial in on the different frequencies and basically use everything that they had taught us. We had an hour, there were 6 of them, and it was a contest. And yeah, I won that one. One of the demos that we had on the Marshall property was a falconer named Paige, and she was excellent. She did a bunch of presentations and did a demo with her hawk. I don't remember what kind of hawk it was. It's a Harris hawk, but she included the kids, and we all got to feed the hawk, whatever, the quail. My kids got to do it. They loved it. It was super awesome.
The toothless is a Harris hawk. He's a desert southwest species. If you go out into like Arizona, New Mexico, and Texas, you can find them native. It's a little antsy with his foot when his hood is on, so yeah. He likes to see what I'm doing.
So the first day that we were out with Diesel, we were on Marshall's property. We took him out to the free flight spot, mounted the GPS, and we started to try to do A's and B's, and he just wasn't liking the GPS unit. We noticed that he kept going back after his tail feathers and everything, and even his flights were a little bit off for some reason.
Diesel!
Because one day I asked Jamie, so how's Cappy doing with two sides? Like two sides?
Diesel.
And she sent me a picture of.
Is that her alarm clock? Diesel. She's like not having it.
The issue is he's a really heavy preener, so and like anything that touches him, he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So like the GPS that they put on him, he destroyed it. So it's no good. If you like watched him, his focus was that versus us. Ultimately, what we figured after talking with Dave and Jamie that night, we decided to try a new spot, and it didn't work. The next day, we decided we were going to try to fly him without a GPS, just to see if that's what it was. And the second day, he did awesome.
Today is going to be a huge show of my training that I've done with him thus far and his skill level. So
I'm thinking we get the other birds out first and we just get some flights out. We let him watch. And then we do the same thing. You guys just kind of tell us test. We'll put the birds up a little bit, just have them ready to stand by to send if needed. And
absolutely. And Justin and I talked, and I told him, because we were kind of teetering on who to go first, and I told him I didn't want Ocean to go first. Usually at home I train Ocean first, so kind of Diesel can get the idea of like, okay, we're training today. But with Ocean and her unpredictability at times, I told him I don't want her to go and do her Ocean thing and then throw Diesel off.
well, then Diesel like miss an opportunity.
Yeah.
Like I think we should complete his session because it kind of got,
absolutely,
you know.
yeah.
No, you're supposed to be the. So we don't have wins. In the video. Oh, hi, baby.
A to B's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do like what I do at home. Start them off.
I lost. Oh, there she is. No, he's like, I know this drill.
I know.
But see how much more focused he is without that?
Diesel.
Yeah, he's way more focused today.
Yeah,
Okay, Alex, you got this.
Yeah, he is. He's strong too. She's got
Diesel.
a huge area to train at the house. It's really neat.
I know, baby. How you doing? Diesel.
Nice.
Diesel. Diesel.
Nice.
Diesel. Good perch. Good your perch. Woo! Oh, you little slacker.
Train a boomerang.
See if he'll boomerang.
You ready to boomerang? Let's show him. Are you ready? 1, 2. Woo! Diesel! Okay.
Yeah, then recall him for the treat.
Yep.
No, it's just a bad thing that makes you want to try.
Diesel.
I feel like we should just send him with everybody.
All right, you guys ready? All right.
Come on.
1, 2, 3.
Ready? Diesel! Come on, baby boy. Good job. Good. So I would say for just this past weekend, it's been a really learning experience as far as in like what Diesel needs in order to be successful as a newer flyer. As you know, of course, with the GPS, we noticed based off of like our training and how he does at home, we noticed that he was off with the GPS. We tried it a couple different ways and it just wasn't successful for that. So seeing him stick with his recall and the training that we've worked on at home and implementing that out here is a huge, like, rewarding feeling that all of the hard work that we put in, although the GPS is not something that we depend on, it's just a nice insurance to have, especially with newer birds. It's been a really great experience for him, and it's a new learning experience because we didn't go through that kind of stuff with Ocean. So it's a big difference going from getting a bird that's older versus starting off with a baby bird. So it's really rewarding. In the BirdTricks community, this trip, the only one that we have gone with is Sheila, other than obviously Jamie and Dave. So we've gotten to meet a lot of new people this trip, which is really nice, very different. And maybe it's just like because the first trip that we did, which was Ocean's graduation, it was, I don't know, like Ocean's graduation, like we had preset locations where we were going to go because there was a lot of us graduating, to whereas this one was a scouting trip. And I feel like you get two different groups of people, right? Because not everybody wants to do all of the crap that we went through on the scouting trip. Like, whoa.
No,
This has been a fantastic trip. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed Moab and I enjoyed meeting the people that we did there, but like this trip really topped it off.
No, it's just, I think it's kind of cool. It's just the tight knit of the community.
Yeah.
Everybody, like nobody left anybody behind.
No.
Even with the issues that we had with this trip, with just the vehicles and everybody, it's just everybody made everybody feel safe, and everybody's like wasn't going to leave anybody. And it's just to have a tight knit group of people like that it's cool at the end.
Yeah, Sheila, she's changed so much. I mean, when we first met her, she had Fox, and she went through kind of the same struggles that we went through with Ocean. And then like seeing her on this trip, she's got Fox, Pickles, and Alex, and it's like she's a one-man show with 3 birds. And I'm like, we can have 2 more birds, like 2 for you and 2 for me. But I like
These flight trips are getting really expensive.
but she's awesome. She's done so well. And I'm really excited to see. I mean, well, Pickles is the reason why now we're going to end up with a blue throat. Because she's just super cute. But I'm really impressed with how far along Sheila's come. So for this trip, we decided to bring our 2 kids, well, our twins. It's been an experience. Justin and I have done cross-country trips together, so we know what works for us, but this was our kids' first cross-country trip, and yeah, our boys are, they are boys.
Like and subscribe.
Whoa. And they are so much fun, but they have honestly done so well handling all of the things that have happened during this trip, and then also us doing schoolwork because they missed about 2 weeks of school, so we also had to incorporate that. It really helps having like our camper, it's like a home away from home, so it gives us a little bit more stability. It's been an experience. I probably wouldn't bring them again unless they absolutely really wanted to, where they got a little bit older, just because there were a lot of things that we got to do together as a family, but there were some times where we really needed to hone in and focus on the birds, just because of location. And like our kids did awesome, but you kind of feel bad for them, because then they just kind of like, well, we'll just go over here and play. And you know, some of the hikes that we do, they're a little breathtaking.
I was sweating in the car with AC on.
All the birds want to go.
Yeah. He's just like, I'm ready. Holy crap. This part just got steep.
Yes.
Yeah, one of my favorite moments from the trip was the last flight. I just like, from day one, it's been, you know, advancement after advancement after advancement, and today, and the winds that he flew in and how well he learned to what to do is just, it's like I can see how much further he's going to go in just such a short distance. It's been amazing.
1, 2, 3. Woo! There you go, boys. Come on, Diesel. Woo! Good job, Justin. Good job. She's like, fuck it, I'm diving. Yeah. Woo! Well, good plan.
Yeah, I figured. So he's gaining strength. He's just not all the way there yet, but he's building up those muscles. I agree. Just from like day 1 to what is today? I don't even know. Day 5 or something. Anyway, especially his last flight. That's why when he came in, I was like, he's coming in for his landing on a landing strip, and I'm like, we're done. That was epic. No more.
Good boy. Good job, Diesel. Come on, boy. Woo! Woo! Woo-hoo, Diesel. Turn around.
He's a little stuck in gas.
Yeah. Let me see if I can get a little bit better right here. Landing strip.
Yeah, go to the end, Nadja. Call and let him know.
Oh, right here, baby. Woo!
Woo! Come here. Woo! Yes! Woo!
That was a great one.
So good.
All right, we are calling it, because that was a long flight. Yeah, you worked through that. You did so good. It was a big flight for him, and he had to work through the winds a little bit. The winds were pretty strong there, and he did amazing. So I would have to for sure agree with you. Recently, BirdTricks has started to do continuing education every month with the free flight students, and we were just talking about this with some of the other free flight students last night when we got together. That was one of the things that we really enjoyed that Dave and Jamie started offering for us, because it not only keeps us all close, but that open door of communication with Dave and Jamie. Because I know there were times where we would come up with a problem, and we're like trying to figure it out, and Justin would be like, well, just text Dave or text Jamie, and I'm like, but they're so busy, I don't want to bother them. And he'll be like, but it's okay, and I'm like, I know, but they're so busy, I don't want to bother them. And so now it's one of those things where if it's not like something that needs to be corrected right then and there, then we can just wait until that Zoom meeting. And I feel it's really nice having like that once a month, everybody gets together in that open door with Dave and Jamie.
My favorite location that we've out here in Idaho has been what we named finally Diesel Ridge. That is my favorite spot.
It is beautiful.
It's beautiful. It's on top of a mountain with a really deep valley. The winds are always usually really good, and the birds flying down into that and back up is just awesome.
I agree. I feel like we have some sentiment with Diesel's Ridge, but gosh, like you couldn't beat the breathtaking view from where we flew at Craters
of the Moon.
Although, like, I had to hit my inhaler after that hike, but it was totally worth it. But I would say that the only reason why I won't pick that is because the winds were very strong, and they moved a little. So, whereas the other one, the winds were kind of predictable, and they were always favoring our direction that we wanted to go. So for sure, Diesel's rich.
Our future goal with free flight is obviously just getting our birds to the most that we can get out of them, and give them the life that they obviously deserve. Possibly new birds and new trainings.
We'll make more trips. I mean, we have to.
Definitely more trips. Definitely more.